Hi, everyone. We are joined by David Benavidez, who is getting ready for his 175-pound debut against Alexander Gvozdyk, June 15, on the undercard of the Tank Davis-Frank Martin fight in Las Vegas. David, this is another big fight for you, a big opportunity co-headlining a fight with one of the faces of boxing after going onto the pay-per-view route yourself last year and looking dominant in those wins. How did this opportunity come together, and why did you choose 175 as the division?
So this opportunity presented itself because I originally was supposed to fight in June as well, but this was before this card was made. And then I was gonna get my own main event. And then Luis de Cubas called me and he said, you know what, bro, there is an opportunity that you and Gervonta Davis could fight on the same card, and I think it would be huge. And I said, of course I'll do that. Like it's a big opportunity, and not only is it an opportunity, it's a big something special for the fans. I feel like this is a treat for the fans. They got two of the most devastating punchers in boxing today, and we're both going to be fighting on the same card. So I'm just very excited to be in this opportunity. I get to, perform in front of his fans, and he gets to perform in front of my fans. So I think it's going to be a victory for the boxing overall, and I'm just very excited to make this fight. And also, the way this fight came about to getting to 175, I've been kind of done with 168 for a while. I've just been waiting, not waiting. I'd earned the opportunity to fight Canelo, but since I'm not getting that fight, there's kind of really no other fights I want at 168. I feel like I want to test 175. I've been at 168 for the past 10 years, and right now is the perfect opportunity to make this happen. So now it's an opportunity to go up, fight for another belt, and get ranked that number 1 spot to fight for more belts at 175.
Yeah, it feels like if you can't get Canelo, why not go after his former sparring partner and training mate Gvozdyk and kind of take make a statement that way? Definitely, 168 pounds is still pretty loaded. Is that, and with the 175-pound picture, I mean, unfortunately, plans change with Bivol and Beterbiev getting postponed. That obviously impacts you because you're waiting to make a move based on them. Is by default the next move at once back to 168, or do you see yourself as 175 moving forward?
To be honest with you, if I think the fair thing that should be done, since the WBC made me wait that long, to be 3 years to be exact, I think what they should do is until Canelo's ready to fight me, give me the opportunity. I think that they should do that for me because I waited for so long. Um, Mauricio Suleiman said that I have 10 days to decide whether I want to stay at 168 or fight at 175. I think it's kind of messed up, but if I could get the fight right away with Canelo at 168, I'll go down. If I can't get it, then I don't know. We have to talk to our team, see what the best solution is. But as of right now, I'm just 100% focused on this fight. Bosnick is a tough fighter. He's a good record. He's a world champion. He beat one of the best light heavyweight fighters in a long, long time. You know what I mean? So it's I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then whatever happens, we'll figure that out when the time comes. But right now, we got our sights set on June 15th, and we're looking to do the best performance that I could possibly give.
For sure. And, you talk about Canelo. Undoubtedly, you are the true number one contender for the 168-pound throne. Unfortunately, that fight hasn't been able to come to the finish line over the last year. A lot of people were questioning, Canelo's claims about, the $200 million payday, and all you brought was 25 pounds on fight night. But a lot has changed since those comments, especially with the Saudi Arabian involvement now in the United States, their willingness to maybe even accommodate that $200 million figure. It seems to be they're somehow open to it. Do you think, with the conversations that have been taking place behind the scenes, that the fight could finally happen with the investment of the Saudi Arabian government?
I feel like it's gonna happen soon. I don't know how soon, but it's looking like it's more realistically going to happen. So yeah, definitely. I think Canelo might end up getting his 200 million, and we might begin the fight that we all want. So it's very exciting news for us. And like I said, we just got to stay working hard, staying ready for the opportunity. And when that opportunity comes, I will take full advantage of that.
Now, you've made it very clear from the beginning that you have no problem taking the shorter end of the stick. Just curious, out of that 200 million, how much are you looking for?
To be honest with you, so when we had first negotiated, we tried to negotiate, and they said they only wanted to give me a flat fee of $5 million. I'm like, that's perfectly fine with me. Like I said, right now, the way I take these fights, I don't really look for the money. The money is not important for me. What's important for me is that I do my job 100%, and I give my all into it, and the money's gonna follow. Like I said, I'm not worried about how much money I'm gonna get because I know that after I beat Canelo, that's when the money comes. You know what I mean? So as for right now, I'm not looking at this fight like a just one fight cash out deal. I'm looking at this fight like I'm going in there and beat this man. And, after I beat him, he's going to want to rematch me because he's going to want to fight again. And that's where it comes. I mean, and also, too, that's why I become the pay per view star at. Once beating him, then everything else comes, so I'm not really worried about the money. I'm not worried about how much I'm going to receive. All I want is opportunity.
When I interviewed him prior to the Munguia fight, I told him that you were open to that rehydration clause, and he said he has nothing to win and everything to lose just by agreeing to those terms. What are you willing to do to make it easier for Canelo to take this fight? I mean, there's obviously the catch weight, the rehydration, all this stuff. It seems like you're open to everything.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not open to no catch weight. I'm not, I feel like whatever that man has, you have to ask him whatever he wants to agree at. I mean, if he wants to do a rehydration, I'll do a rehydration. I'm not going to do a catch weight though. It's 168 is it's already hard to get to. You know what I mean? But like I said, we could whatever it is. You know what I mean? As long as it's not something ridiculous. You know what I mean? I really just want to make this fight happen, and I feel like if he's really not scared of me, if he's really gonna knock me out or does whatever he says he's gonna do, it shouldn't be no catch weight. He didn't do a catch. I mean, he didn't do no a rehydration clause with Bivol. You know what I mean? So if he's confident in his skills, let's put it to the test, and then let's do it for everything. Let's do it for all the belts, and let's let the fans witness it, and may the best man win.
And are you also open to pulling a page out of Canelo's book? He took Jaime Munguia off of that Ryder win. Are you looking to now face perhaps Jaime Munguia, and maybe do the job Canelo couldn't by stopping him?
Yeah, we tried to make that fight happen, but he didn't want to fight before this. So I mean, I doubt he's gonna want to fight now. But like I said, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're focused on June 15th, and then I don't kind of want to overwhelm myself with what's gonna happen and what am I gonna do after. I'm just strictly thinking about June 15th, and we've been training extremely hard, and it's gonna be a very big card, and I'm very excited to steal the show and making a splash for all those people on June 15th.
Let's talk about Gvozdyk a little bit. Obviously, former 175-pound champion, lost to Artur Beterbiev, who has pretty much all the belts except the WBA at 175 pounds. He had that serious injury, was sidelined a little bit, has rebuilt his career a little bit. Do you think what kind of a threat do you think he presents to you at this stage of his career?
To be honest with you, what you mentioned to me, I really don't try to think like that as to the fighter, because if you think about it, if I'm thinking like, oh, he's old, he's not the fighter he was, he might be injured, then if I think that way, then I won't really motivate myself to the 100% to get the best version of myself. I really got to train like this guy's going to be, the strongest guy I faced, the fastest guy I faced, the most relentless guy I faced. That's what I'm getting ready for. I'm really got to practice for him to be that way, for me to really work as hard as I possibly can. I mean, and it might be different in the fight. I might, go out there and clean him out easy in the first couple rounds. But I'm really prepared. I'm preparing myself for any possible outcome. I'm going to be ready for the best Alexander Bosniak there possibly is. And that's exactly how I'm working like in my training camp. And yeah, I'm ready for him to be fast. I'm ready for him to be strong. I'm ready for him to have good footwork. And that way I could prepare myself better for anything that comes my way.
The last time we talked before the Andrade fight, you told me that you picked Bivol to beat Beterbiev. Again, a lot has changed since then. Another serious injury for Beterbiev. Do you think his chances just keep going down by each passing day at this point to beat Bivol?
I honestly believe so, because he's getting older. He works out really hard. He does a lot of weights. So maybe that's what's slowing him down. Maybe maybe yeah, like you said, his chances of beating Bivol are getting slimmer and slimmer. So, but at the end of the day, I don't want to speak on those men, what they could do, what they can't do. I'm just really just trying to sit on the sidelines and see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? But like I said, this fight is gonna put me in the position to fight the winner of that fight. So, I'm just doing my job, and then I'll be ready to face the winner of that fight, whoever it may be.
You're already a top 10 pound for pound fighter in my book, but do you think a win like this puts you in the top 5 where you can show your skills at a different weight class?
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely believe that it's definitely gonna put me up there at the 175-pound division. So I'm just ready. Like I've said, I'm just ready. I've been ready for a long time to get out of 168. I've been there for the past 10 years, and my body's getting bigger. I'm getting stronger, and I'm just ready to campaign at a different weight and capture world titles in this weight class.
And lastly, again, you're co-headlining Gervonta Davis, Frank Martin. There's a lot of conversation right now as to who is the face of boxing, who is the pound for pound king. Over the last 3 weeks, we've had the likes of Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, Inoue. We're going to have Fury Usyk. You guys, who do you think is going to emerge out of these gauntlet of fights as the face of boxing? Who do you think it is?
Mm, I think it might be the winner of Tyson Fury and Usyk because this is going to be the first time the heavyweight world champion gets unified in I think like 10, 15 years, something like that. So I think definitely that's the pinnacle of boxing. It's always been the heavyweight boxing, and then you got two titans of fighters. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be. I think the winner of that fight is really gonna be the face of boxing for right now.
Very quickly, who do you have?
It's a hard fight, man. My heart is telling me Tyson Fury, but my brain is telling me Usyk. It's gonna be a good fight. Usyk, he really needs no explanation or no description. He's an animal. You know what I mean? The way he boxes is art. So that could definitely take a man out any single day. But also, you take a look at Tyson Fury. His big stature, is really long. He throws a lot of combinations. So I mean, so it's gonna be a tough fight. Like I said, I'm just hoping to see a good fight. My heart is telling me Tyson Fury. My brain is telling me Usyk. So I don't know.
And I'll let you leave the fans with a cliffhanger and perhaps a tease. David Benavidez, future heavyweight contender and a heavyweight champion?
Um, maybe that would be something. But definitely, super middleweight unified champion, light heavyweight unified champion, and cruiserweight champion. And then when we get to that cruiserweight gate, we'll see if we can make it to the heavyweight gate.